Third line of argumentation is this argument. I call it the Beatles theology, right? All you need is love. Love is the overarching ethic of the New Testament. Love is the overarching ethic of the New Testament. So if two people are in a loving relationship, they are expressing the height of the New Testament ethic. Well, I don't agree with the Beatles theology. I come more from the Tina Turner line of theology. What's love got to do with it, right? Jesus makes it very clear when he is addressed by the Pharisees. You know, hey, teacher, what's the greatest commandment in the law? They're wondering, is he going to say the first or the fifth or the 10th? There were different schools of thought. And their question was absolutely about the Decalogue, right? Which commandment? You know, is it the first, nor the gods before me? Is it the fifth, because it's a bridge between the first table of the law and the second table of the law? The law deals with our vertical obligations toward God. Second table of the law, our horizontal obligations toward men. Which one is he going to say? Jesus says, well, the first and greatest commandment is love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. By the way, that's a summary of commandments 1 through 4. And then he goes, and the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. That's a summary of commandments 5 through 10. So here's how it goes. Jesus, what's the greatest of the 10 commandments? His response, I'm going to have to say 1 through 4, followed closely by 5 through 10. And by the way, if you doubt that these are summaries of the law, all you have to do is go to Romans chapter 13. And Paul in Romans chapter 13, owe no man anything except what? Love. Love. And people run there and they go, see, it's love, not law. And then he goes to the second table of the law and he talks about murder and adultery and coveting and so on and so forth. So clearly he's talking about the commandments, and he uses the word commandment, right? And he says, this is a summary. What's a summary? Love your neighbor as yourself is a summary of commandments 5 through 10. There is no war between love and law. You tell me how you're going to love someone while committing adultery against them. How are you going to love someone while murdering them? How are you going to love someone how are you going to love? No, there's no war between love and law. Paul makes it very clear in Romans chapter 13. Love fulfills the law because it does no wrong to a neighbor, right? What do we find in 1 Corinthians chapter 13? The love chapter, right? It's the love chapter. We always want to read it at our weddings because it's the love chapter. And even at some of these homosexual unions, they read 1 Corinthians chapter 13 because it's the love chapter. And after all, when we get married, that's what it's all about. It's all about love. And we stand there and we want to write our own vows as though we can actually be, unique. And we stand there and say, my love for you is the greatest love in the history of love, and the love that I have for the love for you is more loving than any love than anyone who has ever loved before. And I'm going to love you like no love has ever loved before. And this is my loving promise to you as my lover, that I'm going to love you. Six months later, I just feel like I made a mistake. Pastor, I just feel like I married the wrong person. Really? Because I stood there when you was like, love and greatest love in the history of love, and y'all can't have problems like this, because if y'all have problems and your love is the greatest love in the history of all love, everybody else is in trouble, so y'all better work this out. But look with me, if you will, just for a moment at 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I want you to see this. And then again, I promise we're going to get to the objection of the day. Okay? 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter. Beginning at verse 4. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice in wrongdoing, but rejoices in the truth. Love, biblical love, must never encompass homosexuality, because homosexuality is, by definition, wrongdoing. Therefore, rejoicing in homosexuality is not love. Can't be. Can't be. Because it's wrongdoing. And biblical love does not rejoice in wrongdoing.